Okay, so here we are. The install is complete, and now I'm going to log into WordPress on my new blog for the first time. So for me, I go to it's a thing called My Installs. It's a tab on my cPanel, and I find my women's events calendar right here. And this is where I'm going to log in. Now, notice also that for each one of my sites, I can do a backup site. And I do try to go in here every once in a while and back up the sites, even though I have it set up to automatically back up. Occasionally, I will come in and manually back up just to make sure that my sites are running. But we're going to go to the admin login. Now, whenever you log in, right up here it's going to be the name of your domain.com / wp-login period php. That is always going to be your login, your domain name.com / wp-login.php. That's how you will get into your back office. But let's see here. And let's see if it'll let me in. And hopefully, if we've set it up right, we're going to see our dashboard. Ta-da! Yes, we are now in the back office, our dashboard of women'seventscalendar.com. So, all right. If you go to it right now, right up here, and we're going to do a lot about the dashboard tomorrow. I'm just going to show you a couple things today. If you go to it right now, it's just, we have the women's events calendar name there because I put it at the beginning. And this is just, hello world, welcome to WordPress. This is your first post kind of thing. That's all on your dashboard. So now we get the fun part of starting to customize. So the very first thing that we're going to do is, you know what, we're going to spend a lot more time tomorrow going through the dashboard, but I'll give you just a real quick look at, you've got your dashboard. Jetpack is a bundle of services that come through Bluehost. You can activate it or not, completely up to you if you use Bluehost. Here are your posts, and you'll see that your first post is automatically comes with WordPress. That's that welcome world. So right there will be hello world. That's your first post, but this is where you'll get into all of your blog posts. And you can do categories and tags, which we will talk about. Media, this is all the pictures and videos and PDFs and attachments kind of thing that you want to include on your website. We'll talk about. Here are the pages. And they currently have, didn't notice that there were any pages. There's a sample page available currently. Comments. Marketplace, which is different themes and plugins, which we're going to look at in a minute. Appearance, themes, customized widgets, menus, your header, background, premium themes. Plugins, which are very important. This is how you add functionality to your website or to your blog. Users, tools, settings. Now, you always want to go through some of your settings. So let's start there. Let's go first in general. So we'll do some of these settings before we choose our theme. So there's our site. Right now, I don't want a tagline. I might think of one later, but I don't need one right now. Here's going to be the URL, womeneventscalendar.com, email address. Where do you want, when people like subscribe to your blog, where would you want the emails to be sent? And for right now, I want the email sent to women, I can't spell. I'm not doing a membership site at this point, so I'm going to leave that. The time zone, not that it's that important, But if you go up here, usually I choose New York, so let's find United States or New York. And you can choose, I mean, obviously you can go through the list of cities, and there's others that are on the East Coast. I just always kind of choose New York. How do you want the date? Yeah, I like this format, but some people prefer, you know, this, or you can create your own. I usually leave it time format. I usually leave it that way. Do you want your week to start on Monday or Sunday? It doesn't really matter. I'm doing the site in English. And that's really all I need in general. Let that save. All right, and then writing. Let's see what some of the settings are in writing. Default post category. Now, I will set up a category. In fact, I could do that like right now in my posts. I'll go ahead and set up a category. And the one category that I always have is just a category that says blog. And why do I do that? Well, you'll see later when I do the menus, if I choose a theme that has a home page, a static home page, but I still want to have the blog, I will just set the category blog into my menu so that it's easy to get to the blog. So that's the only category that I'm setting up immediately. Now, I know that I'm going to have other categories. But let's go back down to settings again. Go to writing. And I'm going to say that my default category is always going to be blog. Now, it may or may not, you know, I can always change it, but that's what I'm going to do for now. Format. I haven't yet chosen the theme. So for now, we're just going to do a standard post format, but there are options on your post. You can, and you'll see it with each theme, you can choose to have columns, you can choose places to have ads, you can choose, there's just a lot of things that you can do. Post via email, yes, you can do that. I'm not going to set up anything unique, different there. But here's one of the things that I am going to customize on this. When you publish a new post, WordPress automatically notifies the following site update services. The only one that they automatically do is Ping-O-Matic, okay? But Ping-O-Matic is one of the oldest, it's one of the biggest, but they're not the only game in town. But when you click this right here on Update Services, this gives you the entire list of update services that work well with WordPress. And so you may as well just go ahead and ping them all. All right, so here is the entire list. Whoops, hold on. So I just copy this list. And, you know, what are some of these? I mean, there's Feedster, there's Blog Digger, Blog Street, Blog Now, Feedburner, Blog-A-Lot, Technorati, which is also a big one, Weblogs, Pingerati, iPings, all of those good fun places. Just make the copy. And, you know, I just highlight and copy if you don't know how to do that. And then I go ahead and just put the whole entire list in here. Just like that. And save changes. So now I am not just going to Ping-O-Matic. Every time that I update my blog post, it's going to all of those services, and any other website that subscribes to those services is going to know that I have updated, that I've put new blog content out there. And that's just one of those little hacks that a lot of people ignore. They don't see it. So I think I saved it, but let's just make sure. All right, so next go to reading. And let's see here. Do I want my front page to do my latest posts, or do I want to create a static page? And again, that depends on the theme I choose. So right now I'm going to leave it as the latest post, but I suspect that I probably will create a static page, but I'm not going to do that right this moment. How many blog posts to show like in a row before you have a see more? 10. Sometimes I'll take that down depending on the theme I choose to maybe 4 or 5, but 10 is good. Syndication feeds, 10. Do I want to, in a feed, do I show a full text or a summary? Now, when they say feed, when it goes out into some of these services, do you want the whole text or do you want just a summary? I keep it as full text, though when you do just the summary, sometimes people say that, well, they do the summary and then that makes people click back to your site to read the rest of the information. I think it can go either way. And no, I want search engines indexing this site. I want the search engine bots on this site all the time. So do not click this box. Now, if this was just a private blog that you wanted just for a couple people, it was just the membership site and you really don't want it found in search engines, that's what you would click. But, there's really no reason to do that. So not that I made any changes, but I will click changes there. And then the next one is discussion. This is all about who can make comments and what are you going to do about comments on your site. So, notify any blogs linked to from this article. Sure, I usually, if I link to someone else's blog or article, I don't mind sending what's called a ping back that tells them that, yes, I've linked to your content. Allow link notifications from others, yes. Allow people to comment on articles, yes. And then it says settings can be overridden for individual articles. You can turn off comments if you want, but I'm going to allow comments. But I am requiring that everyone fill out a name and an email. It's not just registered. I'm not going to automatically close comments. Threaded comments means that you have a comment and then a reply and then a comment and a reply. Up to 5 levels, that's fine. If I get a page with 50 comments, that would be awesome. So I'm just going to leave it there. Comments displayed with older comments at the top of each page. And I actually think I like it the other way around. I would rather start with the most recent comments at the top. But that's a personal preference. You don't have to do anything. Email me if anyone posts a comment or a comment's held for moderation. Comments must be manually approved. I usually, yes, I usually approve comments, and I don't say that, because it's hard to get a previously approved comment. So I just go ahead and manually approve everyone. And then if it contains 2 or more links, absolutely, because a lot of people will try to spam your blog, try to put things in comments that just are links to their information. That is not a good practice, but people will try it anyway. So if it definitely has too many links in it, you definitely want to red flag it. And then if you see that people are, certain sites or whatever are trying to post on your blog, you can actually put some things in here to just automatically block the comment blacklist. If people are trying to spam your wall, you can put them in the blacklist and really eliminate a lot of them. Avatars are like the pictures. If you go to gravatar.com, gravatar.com, you can actually set up your picture. This picture right up here, this is on Gravatar. This is pulling in from Gravatar. And anytime that I comment on any blogs in WordPress, it pulls that picture. So you can go to gravatar.com and set up your own avatar if you want. But what this is asking for down here is if they don't have a Gravatar, what you can do, a mystery person, you can just leave it blank. You can, have funny kind of pictures. Rating, I try to do everything as G. I don't do any X or R stuff. You know, so let me think here. I change it around. Maybe for these guys, I'm going to do Avatar. It doesn't matter. Because it generates a new picture for every person who comments. It's just a silly thing that you can do. Media, let's see here. This is about our pictures. See what kind of settings. You can set what is the size of pictures that you want. You know, standard size is kind of a square 150, medium, large, and you can change those sizes depending again on your theme and what sizes you like. Didn't really make any change at permalinks. I always make a change on permalinks. Because I don't like the ending of the numbers. I like the name of the post. So I usually like to choose that. Now you can leave it as this. You can add your date into your post or your month, or you know, there's different options, or you can do a custom structure, but I usually like to use the post name. And then you can, you know, other things that you can do, but that's pretty standard on that. All right, so those are like the basic settings, but the next thing you want to work on seriously is the themes. Now, WordPress comes preloaded with a couple themes, and every year they change them, but you know, they've got 2014, 2015, 2016, or 2013. So they've got the last 4 years. It was like, what was the most popular theme or the most used theme of that year gets automatically loaded in. So you can just choose one and go. But you can also search themes, right? And so I usually go ahead and search. I don't always just take what they have. So let's just go to WordPress.org themes. And let's see what's out there. And there's thousands and thousands and thousands of themes. And you can do a search on Google to find different themes. Just do a search that says free WordPress themes, and you'll just get thousands and thousands of searches. But some things about the themes that you want to think about. You know, so they put featured, popular, latest, favorite, premium. Premium are ones that you have to pay for, but there's thousands and thousands of free themes to get you started. Now, some of the things you want to think about for themes is some people design themes for specific purposes. Okay, there are some that if you're going to have a store, if you're going to be selling products, then you definitely want a theme that's going to say that they are either an e-commerce storefront theme, or it says that they support or are supported by WooCommerce. And there's some other, I'm choosing WooCommerce because that's the one I'm most familiar with, but there are other storefront platforms out there that also work on WordPress. But WooCommerce, if you're going to do a storefront, look at WooCommerce. If you want also your themes to be mobile responsive, because you want to be able to have your website look good on a phone and on like a laptop or tablet. And the themes will tell you what they are. But I'm doing like an event calendar, so I'm going to look to see if there are any themes out there that are specifically designed for calendars. And I don't know if there are, but let's see. Well, so when I put in calendar, I get, ooh, Eventbrite Venue. Let me take a look at this theme. And when you scroll over it, right, you'll get details and preview. So let's see what this is. Let's see what this one says. Yeah, and it'll give you like what's a sample page. Okay, so I would have women's events calendar up here, you know, whatever. This is where my blog would go. Let's see what it says. not giving me a whole lot of information about what this is all Greek text, like where things would be holding. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, they're really not giving me a whole lot of information. They usually give you a little bit more information about the theme itself, and they're really not. So even though they're saying they're calling it an Eventbrite theme, it doesn't give you a whole lot of information. Yeah, it's not telling me that it definitely hooks into Eventbrite. It says Eventbrite thing for venues. Okay, so yeah, not necessarily interested in venues. Let's look at some of these others. So I didn't see a lot where it said calendar. You know, do you like the big picture, you know, with sliders? Or would you rather have a more traditional, more of a, you know, this is not real heavy on pictures, it's a lot of words. Line drawing, it's kind of everything is over to the left with big pictures. Let's see here. This one kind of, everything's over on the right. This has a good, so, you know, all these different, you need to find a theme that kind of looks like what you want your thing to look like. And I'm going to, just for sake of demonstration, let me see. Let's go to Emerald. Let's see what this looks like. It's a simple theme, has 5 skins, so it has 5 variations. It automatically adjusts from the screen side, so you don't have to do a separate theme for mobile, so it is mobile specific. You know what? I mean, and here's the thing. Always be willing to try things and experiment. You can't break it, okay? So go ahead. I'm going to install it. And right now, as it's unpacking, it's successfully installed. If you hit live preview, if you have any information already out there, it will show you what your current information is in this theme. Now, we don't have a lot of information out here yet, so this isn't going to be real pretty. But let's see here. Let's let it load. All right, so women's events calendar. Okay, it's kind of a scroll which you can change. I only have the home and the sample page. This is where my first blog would be. Yeah, this is a very, very simple blog, and that might be great for me to start with. So I actually think I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to, and here's some of the immediate things that you can change, but I'm going to go ahead and save and activate this. All right, you know, it says there's a coming soon page. When you're ready to launch, click here. Okay. So now you get into the part where you're going to customize the theme, and we'll start working on that on the next video. Have a great day.